And take care of your customers.
There we go. Now it's over. It's Adam Corrigan. I am here with Jeannie Walters. This is a special live edition. Live, I mean just on video. Because it's a podcast. We're never on video.
How are we doing that?
It's technically not live because we are actually recording this. But we are here in Las Vegas at the Medallia Experience 2017 conference, and we are hearing all kinds of cool stuff. And one of the interesting presentations was today from MGM Hospitality. I'm not even sure what the name of it is. But MGM, and they're talking about how they create a culture across so many different brands. So what do you think of that, Jeannie? How do you do that? I know you have experience with big hotels, owning many big hotels.
Yes, I do. I have many across
What's
the world.
What's worked for you, Jeannie?
Well, I think there's so much to be said about understanding that culture is something that should be across all the brands that are under a big brand, if you will, because sometimes they try to make excuses and they say, well, it's okay if we're a little lax on that brand because that's our lower cost brand. And I think that there were a lot of good points about how to do that across culture, and also how to make sure that it is about culture. It's not just about the brand promise or what you're delivering. It's about the culture.
Well, they talked about one company, one culture, sort of to your point. And one of the things I thought was fascinating was they were looking at it. This wasn't organic. They had to force this because they were competing.
Mm-hmm.
They were not aligned, they were actually competing. Their properties were competing. So they've had to roll this out to tens upon thousands of employees and team members and try to get them to create one experience. Now that experience is going to be different. And she talked about how you could individualize each experience at each property. Mm-hmm. So one property may use the person's first name. The higher end property may say, Miss Walters.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was some really neat stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I think sometimes you can see this even in restaurant chains and where they own a lot of different restaurants. And one that comes to mind is a Chicago company, but they're actually all over now, Let Us Entertain You. And they have all these different types of restaurants, but they basically promise that they're going to treat you really well. It's going to be great food. And everything else is around kind of the experience that's expected. So on one, you might get a paper menu, and it's kind of loose and casual. And another, they might present you with a leather-bound, beautiful menu. And so it's all those little touches that really help you understand the brand expectations. But the culture, as long as it's woven in throughout to create a great experience, that's what really matters. And that's the part that I think is often overlooked when people are so focused on brand and they're not focused on, okay, what kind of experience do we want to deliver here?
Right, because they have service standards, they just apply them differently in each situation.
Right. So easy and done. I mean, we've solved this.
We have, and for those of you who own a multi-billion-dollar, multiple hotel chain,
yes, this is
very important. But actually, people really do have lots of different brands sometimes, or have multiple brands in their portfolio, or multiple companies they own. And I think this example of MGM and what they've done can be really useful for how to sort of bridge this cultural gap between them and to really focus on one experience, even if those experiences are individualized. Yep. So this is Crack the Customer Code, live, not live, here at Medallia in Las Vegas, and we will see you next time.
Thanks.
Oh, and we always forgot because we're on video. Take care of yourself.
And take care of your customers.
There we go. Now it's over.